The first 5G networks were launched in 2019 and were largely deployed from existing 4G base stations. Since then, various major network organizations have also launched 5G mobile network capability in a limited number of cities and towns. There is much more to come. 5G will be the glue that will tie all of our devices, buildings, and cities together, enabling new and smarter ways of working for all of us. 5G could solidify the business case for transformational technologies such as the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, augmented and virtual reality, and digital twins, all of which could have a significant impact in digitalizing various sectors. The sky is virtually the limit. 2020 may have all slowed down the 5G technology revolution, but it has also further highlighted the need for improved connectivity, greater network speeds, reduced latency, and wider bandwidth capacity to support digital transformation. Although there are challenges in implementing 5G, and no doubt greater speed will soon exceed it, the economic and social benefits will outweigh the costs. In that sense, the government of Montenegro, as well as other Western Balkan countries, has signed a statement of support to the digital agenda for the Western Balkans and the Memorandum of Understanding on 5G roadmap for digital transformation. This action were taken having regard to the European Commission strategy for a credible enlargement perspective for enhanced EU engagement with the Western Balkans, the multi-annual action plan for regional economic area in Western Balkans, also the European Commission digital agenda for the Western Balkans, the European Commission communication on shaping Europe's digital future, the ongoing process aimed at defining an EU approach to cybersecurity for 5G networks, the Council recommendation and its updates on the limitation of exposure of the general public to electromagnetic fields. We are aware that gigabit networks power the digitalization of industry, that considerable investments are accompanying measures are required to ensure timely deployment of 5G services, that a coordinated and impactful response is required to address concerns in the public regarding health and security issues related to 5G services, and that in the same time 5G technologies provide new opportunities for growth, innovation, and employment. In this sense, Montenegro will support the development of secure gigabit networks through 5G technology by agreeing to start the process of harmonization of our legislation for electronic communications with the European Electronic Communication Code. We will also undertake, on the basis of available expertise and scientific knowledge, public awareness measures in order for all citizens to be adequately informed on health-related questions about 5G services and the relevant safeguards implemented by mobile operators, and proportionate, appropriate, and risk-based security measures for 5G networks and services. Having in mind the above stated, Montenegro is committed to cooperate with others to address any interference issue in the radio frequency band for the implementation of 5G, and to work with the aim to be part of EU 5G corridors and transport paths to support the development of the emerging industries.
The fifth generation mobile communication networks 5G are one of the most important segments of building of the digital economy and digital society during the next decade. Having in mind potential impact of 5G networks to almost all spheres of human activity and their development, along with the needs and demands of individual users, future digital business model and business and public sector are on the utmost importance. Therefore, for achieving full valorization of 5G system, as well as for the development, it's necessary to attain synergy between mobile and ICT industry on one hand, and different participation from the sphere of public and industry sector on the other hand. For creating prerequisite for the efficient deployment and further sustainable development of the 5G system, it's necessary to engage not only for agency as the sector regulatory and mobile operators, but also relevant subjects from the public administration on the state and local level, as well as vertical industry and academic community. Aware the importance of timely deployment of 5G mobile communication networks for business deployment and the progress of society as a whole, and agency has provide preparation of the study on the 5G deployment strategy for mobile communication networks in Montenegro as the base for creating 5G national roadmap and action plan for coordinated implementation and development of 5G system in Montenegro. The study, whose authors are the professor from the Telecommunications Center of the Faculty Electronic Engineering in Podgorica, has individual technological, regulatory, safety, spectral and structural challenges, limitation and barriers in the deployment of 5G mobile communication network and in the development of the 5G infrastructure, and has specified certain guidelines for their removal. The study is comprised of the 22nd guidelines, which refer different aspects of implementation of 5G networks, including harmonization of regulatory framework with the framework of the European Union, allocation of appropriate radio frequency resource and certain numerical resources for the IoT M2M application, and the reform or legislative framework for the infrastructure development as well as installation of electronic communication facility, and defining communication strategy on the concern regarding on the harmful effect of electromagnetic radiation from the 5G base station on the environment, along with the issue of the safety of 5G network and personal data protection. During 2020, this agency completed technical and regulatory framework for the use of radio frequency from the Pioneer 5G bands 700 MHz, 3.6 GHz, 26 GHz, and their allocation to mobile operators and planning to be realized during 2022. It's expected that the issue of interference of 700 MHz band from the system of digital television from the surrounding country will be resolved. In the fourth quarter of 2021, the agency plans to carry out the allocation on the free radio frequency from the available 2.1 GHz and 2.6 GHz band. This additional resource may be used in the operators for the implementation of 5G technological even prior to allocation radio frequency from the Pioneer 5G bands. The agency goal is to make 5G mobile networks commercially available till the end of 2022 at the latest, and all our plans have been focused to reaching that goal.
It's a pleasure to welcome the participants of this important event and to talk about 5G in Montenegro. In Telecom, we are proud to be the first network which successfully tested 5G on the live real network. We did it in the northern part of the country, which for us is another indication about how much 5G is actually impacting the whole economy and social development of the country. So we firmly believe in 5G as an important social factor in the development. And we also are looking into economics of 5G rollout, which is pretty challenging from the return on investment perspective. That's why we always emphasize the importance of the cooperation within 5G rollout between operators, and also about specific conditions which need to be created by the government to support this important development in infrastructure and beyond the core services of telecom.
The 5G network is a big challenge for every operator. Before we start with the 5G network, there are two conditions. The first condition for building a 5G network is regulatory. It is provide state. Also, we expect state support before and during 5G implementation. Another condition is good optical infrastructure, and it is basis for 5G building because 5G need more transport capacity. MTEL has large optical network and we are ready for 5G implementation. Our plan is to develop 5G in two phases. First phase is development of the network in urban areas. This is the standard way to build 5G networks. It will bring high-speed data transfer and small delays. The new network will give users new possibilities, new services. They will be able to use social networks and other services over the high-speed internet. It will be a great experience for our customers. In second phase, we will continue with 5G development, but our focus will to expand the 5G network outside urban areas. After that, 5G network is ready for IoT and M2M, and new services can use full capacity of network. That network will be able to support very large number of devices, millions of sensors, and these devices will communicate with each other. We will support the development of smart cities and other mass services. We want to improve the economy, to use new services in industry, agriculture, medicine, traffic, and different areas. Our intention is to provide a better life for people by developing 5G network. We expect the first 5G users in the second half of next year.
Mi u Telenoru dijelimo viziju Crne Gore za razvojem digitalne ekonomije i inovacija i smatramo da tehnologija budućnosti može od Crne Gore napraviti centar inovacija i na globalnom nivou. Kada se osvrnemo na prethodni period, možemo konstatovati da je pandemija koronavirusa ubrzala proces digitalizacije, ali to je još daleko od potencijala. Ovaj izazov je u isto vrijeme predstavlja i šansu za intenzivniji razvoj crnogorske ekonomije i smanjivanje njene zavisnosti od turizma. Još jednom smo se uvjerili da su telekomunikacije i IT sektor ključni za razvoj digitalne ekonomije. Zahvaljujući tome što je naša mreža drugi put za redom prema mjerenjima međunarodne nezavisne kompanije Umlaut najbolja u Crnoj Gori, u Telenoru spremno dočekujemo dalji rast korišćenja mobilnog interneta i dolazak novih tehnologija. Svjesni smo da će to stvoriti mnogo mogućnosti za korisnike, ali obezbijediti osnove za brži rast privrede. 5G tehnologije budućnosti i svjesni smo njenog potencijala i značaja za razvoj privrede Crne Gore. Želimo da sa najznačajnijim partnerima kreiramo okruženje za njenu uspješnu implementaciju. Ponosni smo što smo zajedno sa ETF-om potpisali sporazum koji podrazumijeva da ćemo zajedno raditi na testiranju i implementaciji 5G tehnologije. Kako bismo taj proces uspješnije sproveli, neophodno je da se razvijamo i ulažemo u kadrove koji će biti u mogućnosti da pruže pravi odgovor na sve digitalne izazove koji su pred nama. Nadamo se da će nadležni državni organi Crne Gore razumjeti šta će 5G tehnologija donijeti u budućnosti i da će biti spremni da na pravi način podrže proces što uspješnije implementacije. U pitanju je veliki tehnološki skok, kako za telekomunikacijne kompanije, tako i za ukupnu privredu Crne Gore. Taj proces, pored same njene implementacije, zahtijeva ubrzanu digitalizaciju društva, tržišnu industrijsku primjenu, masivnu primjenu interneta stvari i neophodno je naravno i nove uređaje koji podržavaju 5G. Upravo zbog toga treba raditi na unapređenju regulatornog okvira koji će podržati digitalno poslovanje i digitalna rješenja i obezbediti podsticaj za ranu primjenu tehnologije. U suprotnom, na ovako malom tržištu, kao što je naše, bit će veoma teško obezbediti investicije neophodne za implementaciju i dalje razvoj 5G tehnologije. Određene zemlje širom svijeta su već počele sa primjenom 5G usluga, međutim, sam potencijal ove tehnologije je veoma malo iskorišćen i do kraja neistražen. Iako izgleda da možda kasnimo, mislim da ipak možemo da stignemo da uhvatimo korak sa tim zemljama, ali što da ne, i da predvodimo neke procese. Moramo raditi s ambicijom da zajedno stvaramo održiviju ekonomiju, kako Crne Gore, tako i regiona. Mnogo posla je pred svima nama, pred svim zemljama Zapadnog Balkana, kako bismo postigli cilj da budemo dio jedinstvenog digitalnog tržišta Europske unije, kao da je u saradnju postignemo što bolju digitalnu povezanost. I zato smatram da su susreti poput ovog digitalnog samita zemalja Zapadnog Balkana najbolje mjesto za dijalog vlada, industrije i akademske zajednice, koji mogu da pomognu i ubrzaju napredak moderne tehnologije kroz razmjenu podataka, ideja i inovacija.